and she's finding her voice and her leadership skills and all of her great skills that she's learned at Branksome in terms of being strong and being committed and being a good leader.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private and independent schools to bring you insights into school programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administration. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
So we had a pretty thorough process when we were choosing Branksome. We really thought about what we wanted from a school. So we really liked the idea of having an inquiry-based educational program. And we also liked the academic rigor of IB. And we were also looking for a really pleasant campus. And so we had done a lot of research, and we had visited a number of schools in Toronto, and then we were able to get a tour of the school, and I remember walking into the junior school, and what I experienced there kind of just sealed the deal for us. It was a group of girls that were just hanging out. They were working in the outside of their classrooms, sitting on the floor with laptops in front of them. They were laughing, they were working, they were having a good time. And then when we poked our heads into the classrooms, the girls waved at us, said hello. They were confident, they were happy, they were relaxed in the classroom. And it was just the feeling of walking through the school that gave me a really good assurance that this was going to be not only a good academic education for our daughter, but a real safe community and a loving community that would nourish her. So it was really, we did the research, but then when we walked through the hallways and experienced the school, it was really quite evident that this was a place that we were going to be happy at. We've been there since JK. We've been there for 11 years. Our daughter's in grade 9 now. Great. So we had her in Montessori, and she's an only child, and every day we dropped her off, she cried at Montessori. And we had to basically rip her out of my arms and hand her to the teacher and kind of walk away. And, the teacher would call me later and say she was fine, but it was always nervous when I dropped her off. So I was a little apprehensive dropping her off at Branksome, but from the moment we dropped her off, she was fine. She was confident, she was happy. The teachers know what they're doing. They know how to embrace a young child into the school. They had a number of different programs to keep the girls interested, and created some big sister community outreach for the girls. So as soon as I dropped her off, her first day, she was great. And ever since then, I still had these images of her, skipping down Waldy Gate when I picked her up every day. So it's been a fabulous experience for her. I think she appreciates the great sense of community that the school has given her. She has wonderful connections with girls that are like-minded. I think she appreciates that's her second home. I guess I appreciate the fact that the school does have a really strong idea of what liberal arts education represents, and they stick to that as their core, and they really believe in that, and everything they do represents that commitment to liberal arts. Well, I think what surprised me the most was how much she grew as an individual. Even in junior kindergarten, we had at the end of the year you get presented with this amazing portfolio of what your child has accomplished, and it's shocking and super impressive how much your children grow at Branksome, and how much they're experienced, how much they receive in terms of education, but also just opportunities for presentations, for art, for expression. Even at the very youngest of ages, they're giving so many options and opportunities to express themselves. And when you look at it at the end of the year and you see the breadth and depth of what they've covered off, it's shocking and super impressive. The values that Branksome has, I think they really stand by them in terms of, it's not only words, but they actually do care about the implementation and the execution of the words. And I think for me, it's about a sense of belonging, a sense of community, being open-minded, being kind, being global-minded, right, and inclusive. These are values that they not only say, but they actually act upon every day. I think the parents all have a really desire for their children to have a really good opportunity for a great education. I think I see a lot of parents who are very involved and committed to the school. They show up at sporting events, they show up at conferences, they want to learn. They're at educational opportunities that are provided to the parents after school to really look at a child holistically and what they can be doing better as parents and how they can better support the school. A lot of parents are both working parents, so they understand the financial commitment and are doing everything they can to ensure that their child has the best opportunities for education as possible. Yeah, our daughter is very results oriented, so I know that she was, she gets a lot of pleasure from doing well academically, and so she gets a lot of self-fulfillment when she studies hard and then achieves a really good grade that she feels that she deserves. I know last year when she finished grade 8, she made the principal's list, and she was incredibly proud of herself and her achievements because she worked hard for that and she deserved it. So I think that stands out. The other thing that has been incredible for her is that she joined rowing this year, and she's the coxswain for the grade 9 class, and she's finding her voice and her leadership skills and all of her great skills that she's learned at Branksome in terms of being strong and being committed and being a good leader are all being put to test as she sits in the cox seat, and she's doing a great job there. I think the teachers are open-minded. I mean, when we have concerns or comments about how they can be better, I think they take them to heart. I think, genuinely, teachers that are at Branksome love to teach, and they want to be there. And I think that was, shown in many ways, and in particular during COVID, the teachers were there, committed. The teachers are there at recently we went to South Korea. The teachers were lining up to be the chaperones. They really do like and love their job, and that's really indicative. But they also understand that there's room for improvement, and they are open to receiving feedback and implementing that feedback. So it's nice to know that you've got a two-way communication where they know that they're there to support our girls. And they listen to the feedback and try to do the best job they can every day. I would say the 3 reasons to for recommending Branksome would be a very solid liberal arts foundation in education, strong academic leadership there in terms of just good curriculum and good reinforcement of good studying skills. And I think the academics are also right side beside the athletics. They put a lot of emphasis around really good athletic programs, everything from dance to sports are really well understood at Branksome and really well supported. I think the advice I'd give myself is just, relax and trust your instincts. When you feel like you're in a good place, you are in a good place, and trust the process, trust the school, and good things will happen.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.